Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Business Beyond the Beach in partnership with our friends here at Miami Community Newspapers. My name is Brittnie Bassant, President and CEO of Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce, and today I'm here with David Wrubel. David Wrubel is the Managing Director of David Wrubel CPA. So David, it's a pleasure to have you here on the show.
Thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to talking with you more how we can make and help businesses thrive in our community.
I'm so excited. So for those that don't know, tell me a little bit about you, about your firm, the type of clients that you specialize in. What is David Wrubel CPA? Tell me all about it.
Sure. My name is David Wrubel, CPA. I'm a CPA. I have my firm here locally for over 30 years. I've been practicing for over 30 years, and I've had my own firm for 25 of those. We cater mostly to small and mid-sized businesses, and we provide a full range of services from business tax preparation, business advisory. If a business is looking and needs help applying for a loan, or they have loan covenants that they have to adhere to, we can help with financial statements for reviews and compilations. We can do everything from incorporating a business to helping a company all the way up to where they're ready to go public. We could also help companies that are looking to establish roots here in South Florida and make sure they get off to the right start.
That is absolutely incredible. I don't think there's anything in your service list that that a business would need from the accounting standpoint that you do not provide. And I love the fact that you can help when you're starting a business and incorporating a business all the way up to like that, IPO part of their journey.
Absolutely. And the business advisory part is very key beyond tax preparation. We are here year round. Besides having a CPA, I also have my MBA, and I like to use it sometimes.
Ooh.
So other than just being able to be a good tax preparer and give tax advice, we can give general business advice all year round. We have various backgrounds at the firm. I have a more extensive background in real estate and the tax pertaining to it. I have a Florida real estate broker's license, even though I don't have as much time as I'd like to use it. I do use that deeper background to give advice for a lot of our local businesses when they do have to attend to real estate holdings and investments.
That's so unique, and that's it's an added bonus almost, if you
Absolutely.
will, for your clients. So that's amazing. So you said earlier that you have been in accounting now for 30 years. You've had your own firm for 25 years. So that's a major success in of itself. 5 years into your career, you were able to establish your own firm. What was it that drew you to this industry, to this field, and what keeps you motivated?
That's a good question. I mean, for me, it's really being a strategic partner for our business clients, or really any of our clients that we're the first person that they would think to contact. And we push for that, and they really feel motivated that whenever there's like a large decision that they have to make, that we're the first person that they may call.
That's incredible. And so for you, what's
we're needed
motivated?
and wanted.
So sorry, you're needed and wanted, right? So what motivates you the most with this industry, or what are some of as it's been multiple decades, right? So obviously things have evolved and things have changed, and so talk a little bit about that.
Sure. I mean, with in accounting, the basics of accounting have remained the same. Tax laws change all the time, so staying ahead of that, keeping up with
daily
it
at this point,
right? And it keeps us busy. And with technology, I mean, there's a lot of new technologies out there, AI and everything else. For us in accounting, it really can help us free up our time to focus more on strategy for a business, more than just data entry, and helps the businesses stay more organized. That it's not really a substitute for expertise. It's really like it enhances it, and it could that's really the future. It's the AI and technology with businesses is really it adds a lot to being able to do a lot of things, but there's no replacement for expertise itself. It really just it really needs that personal touch together as a tool.
I could not agree more. And we could probably go off on a tangent right now and spend the rest of the show talking about just how do you leverage AI into any industry.
Right. That might be another show.
Into any career. It
probably have to be
another show. But I definitely want to echo something that you said, which is that it's not meant to replace, it is meant to enhance. Like, while we want to stay on the cutting edge of technology, while we want to leverage the use of AI in our businesses, I love the philosophy of this does not replace the expertise, does not replace the individual. It enhances them. It allows them to be more efficient, allows them to do more. So I love that you mentioned that. But let's not talk about that, because then the whole thing will derail and we'll just talk about AI, the whole show. But we want to talk about you, and we want to talk about, I want to get to know you a little bit better. So beyond professionally, you are a Miami Beach resident, you are a native, you're kind of lifelong Miami Beach. So tell me a little bit about Miami Beach, the city. What drew you there? Why you love it? What made you put roots down in Miami Beach and stay and develop and be part of that community?
Sure. I mean, Miami Beach has changed a lot since I was younger. It's really a vibrant community. It's very diverse. And there's people that come here. Businesses really have a big opportunity to really do great things here and take advantage of the local, culture and also the talent. And it's important to have the right business advisory when you're starting up a business here, either relocating or starting from scratch. The biggest thing is that South Florida has become more and more, of a melting pot over the years. That gets said, it's like New York, however, with sun. And people might come here, and that's one thing that's like a niche part of our practice, is focusing on what I call economic tourists, where people come here and maybe they're on vacation. The actor Michael Caine said before, why did he open up a restaurant once on Miami Beach? It's because when he looked on the world weather map, it was the only place that was always orange. So that's Miami and Miami Beach in South Florida. So it's people come here on vacation. It really starts to affect them, and then they find that they might later buy homes here, set up businesses, and then having the right tax advisor to set up roots here in Miami, even transition if you're coming over from another state, let's say like California or New York, and to be able to help with that transition so it goes smoothly and take advantage of all the benefits of being in South Florida tax-wise.
That's absolutely incredible. And you hit the nail on the head. Miami is just such a globally recognized destination. And so when we talk about business in Miami Beach, a tax office is not necessarily top of mind. But I love, it's very tourism hospitality driven, right?
We're one of the few CPA offices you can go to, and then after your appointment, walk 2 blocks and go to the beach afterwards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's, you found this niche and you've capitalized on it. I think that's incredible. And it's been successful because, like we've said, you've had your own firm now on the beach for 25 years, 25 and counting.
That's right.
So getting back to your firm, and you touched on it earlier, but you guys offer more than just tax preparation. You talk about the business advisory. I definitely want to talk about forensic accounting because I'm fascinated by that. I think it's so much fun. It's so cool. You also do international tax things. So tell me about those.
Absolutely. So going back on the point on economic tourists, you'll have people that come from all over the globe here, and they might stay, they may have a be attending a trade show at the Miami Beach Convention Center or one of the local convention centers. It gets like stuck in their mind. They start to come here. And then also when there's so much opportunity just from where we are in South Florida, logistically and closest to the ports, professional services, the larger cities. And when companies come in from either Europe, South America, Canada, we've really had a niche part of our practice where we could help them set up a local based, U.S. Florida-based business, be in compliance with U.S. tax laws, but then also help them navigate the extremely and ever more complex compliance, tax reporting and compliance that goes along with having cross-border matters for a company.
That sounds complicated, which is why I think it's so important that a firm like yours exists and that you're here and that you offer the expertise in that, because it can, just on the personal side of things, you're filing your taxes and it gets a little tricky. And so of course, when you're handling it from a business side, now you're handling from an international side.
That's a whole other thing. And not everybody can do that. Not everybody does it on such a regular interval and frequency like we do. So
you have the expertise.
Yes,
absolutely.
The core competency of ours.
So speaking of taxes, we were speaking about taxes the whole show, but we're heading into tax season.
Yep. And it's always tax season at some point.
It's always tax season.
Because businesses need things all year round.
Any CPA will tell you that it's always tax season, but it's getting into like true crunch tax season.
Right.
So let's talk about like some misconceptions or challenges or misinformation or obstacles or hurdles or things that you just see that that with a few, pieces of advice, you can help our audience out on things to avoid, things to look for, things to pay attention to, like what would you tell a business owner during this time?
Sure. Well, during this time or really any time is don't wait till you have a problem before you call your CPA. The time to call your CPA is before you have a problem. And maybe you don't even know it.
What if you don't know you have a problem?
Well, that's what we specialize in.
I'll call you up, David, and be like, David, I think I'm going to have a problem.
Well, we read minds. I'm just kidding. Working on it though. But the idea is to really listen to the clients. Even for problems that they may not realize that they either have already or will have if they take a step, and that really comes with working closely with the clients in tandem on an ongoing basis all throughout the year to help them identify problems that they may not realize they have and try and nip them in the bud before they could occur as best possible.
Or surprises, really, too, right? Because there might not even be problems, just things that you didn't anticipate.
Well, the only thing constant in life is change. So you want to, should something come up, if you can prevent it in advance, that's of course best. But then to try and deal, if something happens that is a surprise or something comes up that's not expected, to really be there, be familiar with the business and know how to help them navigate through it more smoothly and expeditiously.
That's incredible. And it's great that your firm is there to step in and help out.
Yes.
So going back to talking about economic tourists and just Miami Beach as a whole, Miami Beach is a city that often attracts, entrepreneurs and international business owners. And you said earlier at the beginning, with the list of things that your firm provides, you do everything from when you're incorporating to like your IPO. And so what advice would you give businesses that are looking to set up, specifically Miami Beach or like establish in the city? What should new or expanding businesses really be thinking about?
That's a good question and really pertinent because nowadays people can do a lot of things themselves online with technology. Somebody could just go online this afternoon and set up a company for themselves with Florida. But the question is, did they go and seek the advice in advance with a professional like myself to see what would be the right choice of entity? If they're even considering moving into Florida.
That's something so simple, right? Yeah. Just like the right choice of entity. Because when you go to establish, and then forgive me if I'm wrong, but like you could just pick, like, do you want to be an S Corp, a C Corp, an LLC, a 501c3, which you can always do that one, right?
Exactly. Or maybe you do both. But.
And something as simple as that, how do you make sure that you are, to your point, selecting the right entity?
The way you make sure is you, in advance, contact the right professional.
Call
us, call me.
Call David and say, hey, David.
And see what's the right type of entity for your business. Right. If you're having an operating business and you're a U.S. Resident or citizen, then you're eligible to have an S Corp, and those could be a better choice. If you're going to go buy a piece of commercial real estate, which is another one of our niche areas, maybe an LLC is better. Or some combination where you might set up a holding company and, without getting too far into the weeds or technical.
You guys are getting so much free tax advice right now.
But those are things that you could, and each case is different. Each person, each tax, client is different, and each business is different. And some things also could be the best choice for, let's say, a U.S. Taxpayer, whereas somebody that's coming in from Europe, Canada, South America, Central America, their choices might be different. They might have to have a C corporation because they're not able to have that. So we can help them do that, help them be in compliance so they don't have unforeseen problems, penalties, so they could focus on running their business. That's the role we play.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So we've said this a few times during the show, but you keep drilling down and telling everyone, like, don't just think about me during tax season. Like, I want to be your buddy all year round. You need to talk to me all year round.
That's correct.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about why is it so important to make sure that you are speaking with your CPA year round and you're not just like frantically for a few months out of the year trying to get everything together because it's tax season, but like the importance of having that conversation, having that relationship year round.
Absolutely. I mean, if someone's coming in and the only time you're seeing your CPA once a year at tax time, then you're just reacting. If you're coming in ahead of time and before the end of the year or all during the year, which we encourage and prompt, then you're planning. And if a business doesn't have their plans in order, then they can't make good decisions. So our role is to help businesses really prompt them, have it become second nature, where it's not like, oh, I have to go to the CPA in March or April. It's something like, okay, let's we encourage our clients and even have a practice of staying in touch with them even quarterly, without sending, all these emails all the time that people ignore. But, just by having real personalized direct contact with the clients, we're here, and reach out to them. If we find something that would be of interest to them, I'll be the first one to reach out to them and say, hey, I think this would be helpful for you. If they contact our office, and even if it's not something that we do, let's say it's something that's more of like a legal area, then we might know one or two or three people that they could seek out to get the right advice to keep so they could keep their business running smoothly.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're like a really fun person to talk to all year round, so it should be very easy.
Thank you. I'm one of the few CPAs you might meet that actually has a personality. That's my competitive advantage. No. Nothing against any of my colleagues.
We love all of our CPAs, but yes, David, you're very fun and easy to talk to.
Thank you.
And it's funny because I have two more questions, and I'm trying to figure out which direction I want to go in, because so David being fun and easy to talk to, right? David has been a very long-standing member of the Chamber of Commerce. You've been involved for over 20 years,
right.
Which is incredible. Thank you so much for your support of the chamber. And you are a regular. Not only have you been a member for over 20 years, but you are active. We see you at the events. You come to the council.
I've been on boards in the past. The professionals of the past chairman, Richard, Siegel, and Josh. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes.
You've been active. You've been involved. And so the reason I say this is because, yes, if you come to a chamber, Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce event, you will probably meet David and have an opportunity to interact with him and have a conversation and see his personality shine through. But tell me about your involvement and your experience with Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce, and why you initially chose to become a member, and then why 20 years later you are still a member and still active and involved in this organization.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, being involved and being a part of the chamber is the heartbeat of the business community. And
that right there. Oh my God. Best soundbite ever. I love it. I love it. The chamber is the heartbeat of the business community.
It'll go viral.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
Sure. And being a part of it and fostering the business relationships is very important to me, and to really be involved with all the local entrepreneurs to be a support mechanism for them. Also staying involved with the chamber is that there's always new people. It stays dynamic. It's great to meet new people coming in. Everybody really should join and be a part of the chamber. In their local community, especially the Miami Beach Chamber. And by doing that, it really gives me extra tools in my toolkit to help my business clients. That we try and play, as mentioned a little bit earlier, we play matchmaker. If somebody contacts me, if it's not somebody or something that we would do directly, or it's outside of our scope of what we're even licensed to do, like law or something like that, then I may have the right choice for people, and try and give them some choices and put them in touch with people so they can have what they need to run their business. And that comes from being part of the chamber and meeting those people.
It's about building the community. It's about the network. And I've heard it said before that your net worth is your network. It's really important to have that community around you, and we have that here at Miami Beach. And,
absolutely.
And it's amazing. It's incredible. I've had the honor and the privilege of being the chamber CEO now for a little over 2 years, but I've seen it. I've seen the community firsthand. I've been embraced by it, and so I
built my whole practice really through the chamber. I used to go to events like 3 times a day.
David, I just wanted
really, and you could
the best. I built my whole practice through the chamber. Your sound bites are amazing.
You're welcome. No, but the events are great. They are very social, but everybody's there to do business. I mean, they start at a certain time, they end at a certain time, and it really is what you make of it. I try to meet as many people as I can, because you never know who you're going to meet, who might be of help to a client or what have you. And it's really something that takes a lot of interaction, like anything in business, because I'm a business owner myself. I've been there. I know what it's like to start out from the beginning and grow a business. And with business, you never can rest on your laurels. So you always need to go out there and meet new people and bring in new ideas that you can implement for your company.
I absolutely love that. I love that. That there in of itself should just be a commercial for the Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce. Okay, so
we're going to talk to my agent afterwards.
I'll put you in contact with our marketing manager, and we'll make it happen. I'm going to wrap it up. I have one last question for you.
Sure.
It should be an easy one. If you could go back in time and talk to your younger self at the start of your career, what would you say?
That's a good question. I'd probably say, why didn't you do it even earlier than you did?
Really?
Yeah, it's because, as I mentioned a moment ago, that whole, dipping your toes in the pool and trying, before you jump in, it's a scary prospect for a lot of people. It was even for me. And I finally took the leap and embraced entrepreneurship. And so I've been there. It seems like yesterday for me. And I bring that to the table when I'm dealing with my business clients, to really, whether they're just starting out or they're going into the next phase of their business cycle, or even through when they're trying to implement an exit strategy and trying to have continuity, whether it's for their family or to sell. We're there for every step of the way.
That's amazing. That's oftentimes what I hear is a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, always say, I wish I had started sooner. I really wish that I had just gotten started sooner. I think you can be a little bit scared. It could be a little bit,
it's intimidating.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change too much. I'm very happy with how things have turned out in my business, and I wouldn't change anything. It's nothing like being in business for yourself. And if people are thinking about that and they don't know how to really get started, they can call me.
Give David a call.
That's right.
So start sooner, start right now, start today. Give David a call. And I think that's a perfect way to wrap our show. So thank you so much, David, for joining us today. Thank you guys for watching. This has been another episode of Business Beyond the Beach in partnership with our friends here at Miami Community Newspapers. You guys stay tuned for another episode next week.